Welcome to the Network Engineering video blog. I'm your host, Michael Crane. Today's video is on the new PC we built back in blog 34 on setting up the BIOS and installing Windows 10 Pro. So today we're going to cover the BIOS overview, BIOS power settings and boot order, overclocking the SD-RAM memory, installing Windows 10 Pro, and disabling the Windows 10 automatic update with Reboot, which you can only do in Pro that I know of. I think Home you can't do it on. So let's get started. Okay, so first up, let's look at the main screen here, and just to kind of familiarize ourselves with it, looks like it just gives a status, how fast the clock's running, 100 megahertz, CPU ratio, I have no idea what that is. It's got 4 cores, voltage, adjusted GT frequency, maybe graphics, I'm not sure what GT stands for. CPU voltage, Intel Turbo Boost is turned on, hyperthreading is turned on, virtualization technology is turned on, disable bit, execute disable bit is enabled. I'm not going to go through every one of these settings because there's too many of them, but some of them, like this this hyperthreading and this virtualization, I don't know about the hyperthreading, but this virtualization I'm pretty sure we need for VMware, and we'll double check that when we go to install VMware. I think it checks for it. I don't remember. I might be confusing it with something else. Okay, so what's next? So here's our CPU frequency, 4.2 gigahertz. Memory is running at 2133. And if you remember the memory we bought, it was actually faster than that, so we're going to have to change that. And we did get it in the right slots, that's good. That's a DDR4. Oh, here we go, 3200 megahertz. So we need to probably overclock this guy so we can get our 3200 megahertz out of it. And what else is on this screen? Oh, okay, yeah, so it shows the two 16-bit gig memory modules. Let's see, storage. Okay, so we've got the advanced host controller interface mode, and I guess that's for the SATA link. Okay, so it sees our Toshiba 3 terabyte drive in here, and it sees our Asus DVD drive. There's a couple things that we need to start on. And oh, by the way, when you're setting anything on BIOS, and granted it's been several years since I've messed with these things, but I highly suggest change one thing, reboot the system, and make sure it comes up. Change another thing, reboot the system, make sure it comes up. Because if you get in here and start changing a whole bunch of stuff and then reboot the system and it doesn't come up, you'll have absolutely no idea what caused the problem. Okay, so we're in advanced mode now, and let's look at some of these settings. Really, we don't really need to change much. I'm just going to go through this stuff real quick. I was thinking about it. Really, the only thing we really need to change is we need to tell it to boot from the DVD drive, and we also need to change the memory speed. But we can look at some of this stuff and see if there's anything else that we need to change. I doubt it. I'm sure the defaults are probably good enough for what we're going to use it for. Okay, so let's see, power management. Oh, now this is something that I like to set. So restore after AC power loss, and it's set for power off. So if you get a power hit, it's just going to stay off. I usually like leaving it in the last state. So if I got it powered on and it takes a power hit, it just boots back up. Because then it's in the state that I left it. That's real important if it's in a lab situation, because you don't want to be working from home and have a power hit and then have to drive all the way to lab to turn your PC back on. So, I did read further, and I know you haven't seen it yet, but yeah, so see this Windows 7 installation enabled in the BIOS setup, that if you're running Windows 7, you need to turn this on right here. I thought this was kind of interesting too. They want you to plug your USB and keyboard into the USB 2.0 ports when installing Windows 7. Maybe it's got a problem with USB 3. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to read it, but it's not important. I'm reading it to you. So, since we're not doing Windows 7, I'm just going to disable him. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to, let's go back. That was advanced boot. We want to full screen logo display. I'm going to disable that. Full screen logo. I think that'll hide all the boot messages, which I like watching the boot messages. So it looks like, see, it's trying to do the hard disk first and the DVD second. And well, that's okay. I'm going to set the DVD to be first. And we can come back and fix this later. I don't want to mess around too much with this. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead and save changes and reboot. Okay. Yes, we did change the logo. We disabled Windows 7. We changed the boot order. And we changed, okay, so that looks good. That's pretty nice. Memory Try It. Memory Try It. It can improve memory compatibility or performance by choosing optimized memory preset. So if I click on this guy here, he's got the CL16. Yeah, see, and it changed it to 3200. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. But this is, like I said, we're just going to change this one thing, and we're going to try to get out of here and save and exit. Here we go. Save, changes, and reboot. So, settings. Where's our status? Oh, here we go. System status. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so that looks very good. Okay, I think that's boot to DVD, memory, speed. I am now going to install the Windows 10 DVD. And I am going to give it the 3-finger salute. Okay, so I entered the product key, and I'll tell you, sometimes Microsoft really pisses me off. Their product key is under some scratch off stuff that when you scratch it off, you scratch off half the product ID. I couldn't read a couple of them, so. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to do this custom install Windows only, because there's no other way. They've got this, but. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use all 3 terabytes. It used to be where you could format it and all this other stuff. I wonder if this is like new. Well, let's just see if we go to next. Oh, I guess the drive is formatted. Back in the olden days, you had to format your own drives. Okay, so Windows has installed. I'm just going to click on Customize. I don't know what the Express settings are, but I'm just curious what the Customize does. Personalize your speech typing and inking input by sending your input to Microsoft. No thanks. Send typing and inking data to Microsoft. No thanks. Let apps use your advertising ID for experience across apps. What is this? Spyware Central? Let Skype, if installed, help you connect with friends in your address book and verify your mobile numbers. No. Turn on Find My Device and let Windows and apps request your location, including location history, and send Microsoft location data to improve location services. Turn on Find My Device and let... No. I can turn it on later if I want it. This is not a mobile device, and it's not going to be surfing the web, it's a server. Automatically connect to suggested open hotspots. Nope. Automatically connect to hotspots temporarily to see if paid networking services are available. No. Send full diagnostic and usage data to... Wow. Browser protection and update. Use smart screen online services to help protect against malicious content and downloads and sites loaded by Windows browsers and store apps. Online search smart screen, I don't even know what that is. Use page prediction to improve reading, speed up browsing, and make your overall experience better in Windows browsers. Your browsing data will be sent to Microsoft. No. Get updates from and send updates to other PCs on the internet to speed up out. What? So we've got Windows installed. I'm going to remove the DVD. And the next step is we need to probably install the drivers for the motherboard. See how much work these builders put into building these PCs? This is why I would rather never do this. Okay, here we go. D drive, okay. Why didn't it run? Well, when all else fails, you can see this auto run. You can... I wonder if it'll run it. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so we're looking for DVD setup.exe. Here it is. And yes. Yeah, sorry the screen is so blurry. It's doesn't look too good, does it? All right. Driver software, utility drivers, Untitled chipset not installed. Install. So did you see this? MSI installed bloatware. Norton Security. What is all this junk? I'll have to go back and look at the setup of this, but I don't remember seeing that as, I mean, Google Chrome's okay because I was going to install this anyway, but I don't need Google Drive and Norton Security. I definitely don't need that. I can't believe, shame on you guys for installing a bunch of bloatware on my brand new PC. Now I got to clean all that junk out. Yeah, so I saw this. I guess I didn't scroll down to all the other garbage it was going to install. Look at that. Now I got to go and uninstall all this junk. Okay, so I removed the bloatware from Windows, and I'm going to plug in the Ethernet cable now. Okay. Yeah. I think that turns on that discovery protocol. All right, where are we? Okay, so it looks like it's got an IP address already. Let me do some general housekeeping. I never use Microsoft Explorer, and now that it's been plugged into the internet, let's go see if the registration keys worked okay. And if I can remember where that's at. Look at all this garbage. Well, there we go. Maybe it's under settings. Okay. About. Okay. Windows 10 Pro, product ID, blah, blah, blah. Change product key or upgrade your edition of Windows. I thought somewhere around here it said if it was, oh, so it did activate it. That's good. I was having a hard time reading the product ID because of that scratch off, I mean the activation key. And I wasn't sure it was going to, if I guessed the right numbers. But it looks like I did. So, very good. You can see right here it says Windows is activated. So I want to check that. So now is the really fun part. And that's control panel. And that's going to Windows. Oh, that's right, they removed Windows Update from this. Oh, let me see if this will find it. Windows Update. Ah, here we go. Why remove it from the control panel? Why? Tell me why. What is the purpose of removing it from the damn control panel? Microsoft, you suck sometimes, I'm telling you. And I'm sure it's going to find like 5,000 updates, so I'm just going to turn off the video and update it. Well, I hate to say, I think Windows died. It was in the middle of an update. It got stuck at 26%. I knew something was going wrong because, you know, when Windows Update gets stuck, something's not right. So I said, okay, well, I'll just try to reboot it. And now it's stuck here. It says getting Windows ready. I don't know what it's doing, but it's been here for quite some time. I'm going to have to give it the nuclear option and just power it off, even though it says don't turn off your computer. So the good news is we don't have really hardly anything installed on it, so if we crater Windows, we crater Windows. So there we go. Turn it off. I guess nowadays you don't get the blue screen of death. No, it just locks up. Oh, we don't need the control panel. We need Windows Update, don't we? This thing is not doing too good, is it? Let's see what the task manager has to say. Wow, look at all the Ethernet ports. Well, it appears that it detected the Ethernet cards. That's good news. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and here's the one on the board. Excellent. So that's a little bit good news. I'm not very happy with the performance of Windows, but I know that doesn't really shock anybody out there in the real world. But the good news is Windows Update's working again, so at least we made some progress. So while we're watching Windows flounder with its updates, see this available updates will be downloaded and installed automatically except for over-metered connections. And for people that don't know, Windows 10 will automatically download and install and reboot your computer whether you like it or not. If you look here, there's no way they've removed the way for you to stop it from rebooting your computer after updates have been installed. And this is a real problem if you're using it as a server or a test box, like we're using it for. So okay, we're up to 88. I'm going to turn the video off and see if it finishes and come back later. Okay, for this last little bit, I'm going to show you how to disable the Windows Update. Not disable it. Well, yeah, we're going to disable the automatic update. So if you're running a test overnight or for a week, it's not going to reboot your PC while you're running the test. So, and I didn't make this up. I actually got it from this windowscentral.com, how to stop updates. So it's like you type in GP in this Ask Me Anything, GP edit, and it's a group policy editor. And you have to go to administrative templates here, all right? And then Windows components, okay? Then Windows Update. And defer Windows updates. Okay, we're going to go to, I'm just going to change the view to standard. And then we want to go to configure automatic updates, edit. We want to configure automatic updates, enabled. Then configure automatic updating. And we want to select two, notify for download and notify for install. All right. And then click apply and okay. I know we didn't check it. We kind of saw it in the task manager. I forget where it was, but if you go to the control panel and look at our network, we didn't really check the NICs, but you can see they're all in there, so we're good to go. So I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments under the video, and I'll see you next time.